First RCB Centurion. Bro, you should have specified RCB Centurion. I think Jitesh just consolidate a little bit, man. Breathe, chill. You're not coming out 6 of 1 ball. Why do you play like that? And look at your average, look at your strike rate. It's more about vibes. What are you doing for your team? And it was a couple of games ago, he dropped that one catch that, he's not even doing the one thing he could do for us anymore. Puts so much pressure on his non-striker because he's trying to hit, but he just can't get it off. But he runs 17 balls, 4 fours, 3 sixes. Great. I know you did, but apparently not to the gods. This one hurt you guys. Dude, we lost to the worst team in the IPL. They had 2 wins from 9 freaking games. They lost 6 in a row. Their highest score from a batter was Rishabh Pant, 70. Until today, we got mauled by the Bison. The Prince bowled like a prince. He dethroned the king with a delivery so special, it pitched and seamed and swung and bounced all at once. Even still, 9 for 2, we put up 100-run partnership, Rajat and DDP, clawed their way back, only for Mr. I pray for my batting order to collapse so I can be the hero to come and score 3 runs from 4 balls and let us down one more time. Bro, you have 64 runs in 10 innings. Star boy, 4 matches, 4 fails. The only 4 you hit was a misfield of Prince. Romario. Bro, you can't defend 15 runs in the last over. You can't score 20 runs in the last over. You can't hit full tosses. You can't hit leg side deliveries from Digvesh Rathi in the 20th over. Man. This is the first time we lost a game after winning a toss. This is the first time we've lost a game, in a while, after chasing. So this isn't even a pattern anymore. And by the way, this is a rain-affected game that's supposed to be beneficial to the team batting second. Guys, this is the Red and Bold show, and I'm not feeling very bold. All I see is freaking red. Guys, the Red and Bold show, all the bold panelists out here took some very bold predictions and all failed miserably. Editor, put it on screen. Let me just make each of them eat humble pie. Bro, so 3 wickets Krunal, Ariman, Suyash, 3 wickets Ayush, Romario, 3 wickets Rai. Bro, our team took 3 wickets. Malu with me right now.
No.
Bhuvi gets a hat trick. Yo, you know what? Sorry. Fail, all of you. Who else? Naren, first RCB Centurion. Bro, you should have specified RCB Centurion, man. I know you did, but apparently not to the gods. So, yeah, Mitch Marsh got his. And yeah, Bharat, dude, you and I were probably the closest. DDP 65. I think if he stayed on a little longer, this really could have gone differently. So, maybe you can hold your head with some respect. As can I. I think as can I. I called a Tim David special. And dude, I swear, man, many moments of that game, I thought we were going to see a Tim David special. But unfortunately, not to be. So we are 0 for 7. I'm not even picking ones from the comments because all of you thought Virat is going to score essentially. And unfortunately, didn't go that way. So anyway, this is a short and boring accountability segment. Pretty embarrassing report card for us. Mr. Aditya Rai isn't here, but he's quite used to that. By the way, he just dropped a really, really cool video about Michael Foley, the guy who designed the OG RCB. Not even OG, he's been designing jerseys for 16 years for RCB. And really fun story. So I'm going to clip that on card, guys. Go check this out after this review. Make yourself feel better. Tomorrow we'll come with a preview. You will feel better. And then we will beat Mumbai at Raipur on Sunday. But Malu, question for you. How are you feeling right now?
I don't know, Adi, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to feel a little bit better. It was kind of a hard game, but I think we can do better, and I think we can learn from these mistakes. Yeah, not so good, but it is what it is. How did you feel, Adi, at the innings break?
Yeah, I was disappointed. I think, we're not a team that's stacked with our batting or stacked with our bowling, one or the other. So in general, when either half performs subpar, it hurts and it kind of sets us back just a little bit. So I thought
Yeah.
213, with 19 overs, definitely not impossible, not for us. But yeah, man, I don't know. I definitely did not feel so confident that the win is in the bag. I felt on
Yeah.
the back foot, but I believed for sure. Malu, let me turn this around on you. when do you think the game was lost, really?
I think, to be honest, it was when we were 9 for 2 and we lost Virat.
Okay.
I sort of started freaking out that we couldn't do the chase without the master of the chase. And I know that last episode we talked about how Kohli's been batting a lot freer and like he doesn't have this responsibility to sort of take us over the line. But this is when it really hit and it truly felt like the game was lost as soon as he was gone. What about
Yeah.
you?
No, I don't blame you. I actually disagree, though. I thought, like you said, and we've been saying, this is finally a new age RCB that doesn't die when Virat dies. That doesn't die when Virat and ABD
Yeah.
and Bale are out. Like there's more to our team. And I think we got to see that. Today we went 9 for 2 to 104 for 2 in 10 overs. And I remember I actually clipped that exact moment where LSG in 10 overs were 98 for 1. So Bison taking us down, us scampering for the first 10 overs, we still had more runs than them. So I would say
Hmm.
at the halfway point of our innings, we were still on top. And where I think we lost the game is this really stupid, immature, I don't even know what to say pattern of the not like, when there's a partnership, there's always one guy taking the charge, leading the aggression.
Yeah.
And there's always someone else, kind of just giving him strike, right? What pisses me off is when the guy who's supposed to give strike gets out. And that's what happened with Devdutt Padikkal. He was trying to take a single. He was trying to flick it off Prince, and he just flicked it straight back into his arm, into his hands. And that's where it kind of the downfall started. And then
Hmm.
what should I say about Mr. Podcaster Jitesh Sharma coming out? His captain's on the other end. His captain is smoking sixes every time he was on the field, every time he gets to the striker's end. And what is Jitesh doing, man? What is he doing? Anyway, so that was my second thing. And then after we lose Jitesh, Tim David comes out. Tim David hits a beautiful four behind
Hmm.
extra cover or something. First ball. And suddenly I'm feeling like, okay, guys, this is it. It's Tim David and Rajat going
Let's
to take
hope.
us through. And while obviously Rajat played a fantastic innings and you're going to see a green box for him for sure, I think there was a little bit of immaturity there to take on Shahbaz on his first ball. He didn't even see the way it's spinning, the way
Yeah.
it's coming. So my point being, when the other guy is more informed, do not get out. That is the
Yeah.
worst thing you can do. DDP did it, Jitesh did it, and I hate to say it, but Rajat did it as well. So for
Yeah.
me, that was when the game was lost, is when we get to see Krunal Pandya bat. Yay! I know he played okay and he hit Shami for 2 sixes, but he was 9 for 10, 9 of 10
Yeah.
at some point, So I think the game is lost if you get to see Krunal bat. But
Yeah.
hey, anyway, I feel like we're kind of stealing from 6 things we learned at this point. So let's just get right into it, Malu. 6 things we learned. You know how this goes. Give us the first one.
Yeah. The first one has to be Rajat. I think you mentioned this just a couple of minutes ago. His innings was beautiful, well paced, 6 sixes and 4 fours, I think. Absolutely wonderful. I hated the way he got out, but we have to give him the green box.
Yeah. No, 100. There's no other color for Rajat today. And man, there was moments I felt like his long lock like remind me a bit of Dhoni, and he might just
For
see us
sure.
through.
There were
But
questions around his form over the last couple of matches where he like kind of got out quickly and didn't really play a mature innings, but today he really came through.
yeah, today was a real captain's knock. 61 of 31. That's not
For
easy.
sure.
I'm gonna give the only other person I think who gave me hope, which was Tim David, a green box. And guys, it's not just because of the bold prediction. Like, I'm more than happy to get the prediction wrong, but I think the only way we win this game is if I got my prediction right. And we were so close, man. Like, Tim David really gave so much hope. I'm just pulling up some stats. 40 runs, 17 balls, 4 fours, 3 sixes. Great. I'm not saying he's anywhere close to ABD, but I
Yeah.
think he's the closest we have in our team today to what ABD used to be.
Totally.
So being
I
the
feel it.
back of him always hurts. And, knowing he's still there always gives hope. And he played like
sure.
that today, man, from ball one. So, Tim
Yeah.
David, you definitely get your green box.
Yeah.
Malu,
I
any
have a
more
green.
greens to go, or shall we
Absolutely.
start? Okay.
I have a green for DDP. I think he played a really good innings, and it might have seemed slow on paper, but I think he did do a great job of stabilizing us and getting us to a point where we felt confident. Part of our problem lately has been that we lose wickets in clusters and sort of collapse, and I think he and both him and Rajat did a great job of sort of bringing us back on track and not losing faith. So I think he did a fantastic job. He hit some great shots. That flick for six, beautiful. And I think he
We're
put some
seeing it
pressure back on
every
the
game
bowler.
at this point. DDP is
I
getting
know.
a customary flick for a six.
I
Yeah.
know.
No, Malu, fully agree with you. I think, no, Malu, I fully agree with you. I think that, you can see this innings and you can see 34 of 25 and, it's a 213. He didn't play his role. But I'll argue he did play his role, man. There was
Yeah.
a time when Rajat was doing this to Shami. He was
Yeah.
literally just dropping the
Defending.
bat.
For
Not
sure.
even defending. Defending means you like the bat touches the ball, right? The ball was touching the bat. It was a crazy spell from Shami, and they were feeling the heat, and DDP was taking the pressure off. So just for that, I think DDP should get a green box.
Mhm.
And Malu, we have to go now to our Reds. So do you want me to do it or do you want to do it?
I think I can take the first one. It feels a bit obvious. I'm gonna throw a curveball and say that it's a yellow instead of a red, but it goes to Romario. I have a lot of faith in this guy. I love him to pieces, but I think he's been a bit disappointing this season. The only reason he's a yellow is because he did look good for a second there. He
Yep.
did sort of give us hope when we sort of lost it. I think he did get the game back, but that last over, he's a finisher. He should have just finished it for us.
Dude, yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention this with the Tim David green, but I wanted to say when Tim David got out and Romario comes in, my favorite part about Tim David's innings was how he stuck around for like 3 minutes telling
Absolutely.
Romario what to do.
What to do.
And dude, Romario did it. He crunched the first 2 balls behind backward point for 2 fours,
Mhm.
and we thought, oh, today is his day. And
Yeah.
there were moments when it looked like, he might just pull it out of the bag for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with the yellow. I don't think I want to give him a red. But the reason it can't be a green is obviously not just because he didn't finish the game, but also, man, what is he as a 6th bowling option at this point? Like, he
Hardly
comes and
anything.
gives 20 runs. Like,
Yeah.
I think Virat could bowl better than that at this point, dude. Like,
And take
what
2
is going
wickets while
on?
he's at it.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. Rohit Sharma has an IPL hat trick, by the way. Fun fact. Rohit Sharma for Deccan Chargers back in the day bowled an IPL hat trick. Isn't that insane to think about now? But anyway, all right. This is not going to come as a surprise, but I'm going to give Jitesh a red box, man. I think I said this before. It's 10 innings, 64 runs. I'm not a big stats guy. It's not about like, oh, look at your average, look at your strike rate. It's more about vibes. Like, what are you doing for your team? And it was a couple of games ago, he dropped that one catch that, and I don't want to blame him for a drop catch now, 2 weeks later, but all I'm saying is like, he's not even doing the one thing he could do for us anymore. And now he
Yeah.
just comes out, plays a customary 6 or 7 balls, puts so much pressure on his non-striker because he's trying to hit, but he just can't get it off.
Yeah.
So I think Jitesh just like consolidate a little bit, man. Like breathe, chill. You're not coming out 6 of 1 ball. Like, why do you play like that? Instead, now we
Yeah.
have to watch Krunal take singles because you couldn't take the single. So Jitesh,
Totally.
like mindset, form, attitude. Yeah, you're the vice captain. You're always gonna play on this team, but dude, like, there's a lot of comments, lot of thoughts online that you don't deserve your spot anymore. But Malu, I know you back him and I back him too. So we'll back
Absolutely.
you one more time. But dude, understand the circumstance of when you come out to it wasn't
Yeah.
6 to win off 1 ball. So stop playing like that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely, Adi. I agree with you, and I'm really conflicted about it. But I think he does deserve the red. He has been one of the best keepers in the tournament, maybe apart from Dhruv Jurel. But I just think not showing up with a bat these many times in a row is pretty disappointing, and he just deserves a red for that. I think we
Okay.
have one last 6
Who do you want to
things
give it to? We have one
learned.
last, yeah. Who gets the yellow or the
And
red?
do we want to talk about Hazelwood getting the yellow?
Okay.
It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think we should talk about Josh.
Yeah. I just think that he got spooked. And we were sort of talking about this too, that like if you come at him a little aggressively, that's it.
Yeah. No, I'll even add to it. It's not even come at him aggressively. If you dance down the pitch, if you change his
Yeah.
metronomical length, he only knows how to do that and he does it so well. I'll tell you 3 people that took him down and I'll tell you exactly the pattern. KL Rahul first, Shubman Gill next, and now here's what happened with all 3 of those batsmen is they took him off his length, so early. Like actually, if you go back and watch, I think first ball, today Mitch Marsh walked down the pitch, first ball, Hazelwood bowled a wide. So it wasn't even that, oh, he got a moral win or
Yeah.
not, but he threw Hazelwood off completely. And I think it was only in Hazelwood's third over that he came back and he bowled the 6 Yorkers. So I'm not going to give Hazelwood a red. I think he's a yellow. But man, there's a pattern here. You take him on early, like you said, and especially just put him off his length. Suddenly he looks easy to hit and kind of, predictable,
Yeah.
which is not something I think works in T20 cricket.
Yeah, absolutely, Adi. I have kind of a curveball question for you. Do you feel shorted by the rain? Because I certainly do. Like I feel like we got 2 less overs in the power play. We got this like higher score by DLS, and I just don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would. Dude, we've lost 3 games before, and after every loss, I come and tell you we lost because we lost the toss. So I love
Oh my.
blaming losses on other things, really do. But no,
Yeah.
not today. You know why? Because actually, the rain always helps the chasing team. And it's not like the rain happened during our batting innings, it happened at their innings. We didn't have any break in our momentum. We
Yeah.
didn't have a reset of the target or the overs, nothing. We knew exactly what we had to do. The rain did not spoil our batting. In fact, the only thing it did is probably set Mitch Marsh back a little bit. Right?
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember, but like I think the first rain break, he came back and wasn't able to get a boundary
Yeah.
off for a few overs. I don't think that happens if there wasn't rain. So if anything, rain helped us, man.
So overall, just a bad performance.
Overall, just a bad day. And guys, like, I'm really getting sick and tired of this, but I come to you and I tell you, guys, we're allowed to have bad days. It's okay. But like, that's only true to a certain extent. Like, you can't have bad days. Dude, Punjab have lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Rajasthan have lost a couple. Sunrisers lost to KKR. Today is the day to win against the bottom, the fodder of the IPL.
Yeah.
They could have gotten smashed and they wouldn't even bat an eye. Rishabh Pant will be like, aur luck chahiye next time. Right? Like, it wouldn't shock anyone if we won by 100 runs or 10 wickets. And that's the game we lost. That hurts, dude.
Totally.
That really hurts. But guys, couple of thoughts for you. Obviously, if you stuck through the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I hope we kind of helped you process your thoughts and feelings. But go change the mood, man. Change the mood. It's Friday tomorrow. It's a weekend. Go do something fun. If you need something fun, go watch this Michael Foley video we just posted. Really, really cool stuff. And guys, we'll be dropping the preview later today or tomorrow. So immediately, just like our champions do, we have to move on from Ekana and we go to Raipur, our new home ground. Let's see what we can do against Mumbai Indians. Hardik Pandya is supposed to be playing after his back spasm. So let's see, man. Let's see. Lots to look forward to. Still very much in the hunt. So much to play for. And you know how we play, right? We play bold, man. Let's get back to that. All right. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.